Hello, everybody. It's Sunday, and that means it's Songwriter Sunday. My name is Cassandra Kaczor. I'm here in Chicago, Illinois, and happy to once again be hanging out, playing some tunes, and then getting a really awesome songwriter to come on the show and talk about their music. Today, I have a fellow Chicago-based songwriter. Her name is Meagan Hickman. She's got some new music coming out, and I'm so excited to talk to her today. She's going to be on the show on screen at 2:15 Central. That's 12:15 for you West Coast folks, 3:15 for you East Coast folks. So please hang tight. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have so much fun today. She's got some really cool music videos out too. You should go check them out. But as I always do for the newcomers, I'll play a couple songs, kind of open up for Meagan, and then we'll get the show going. And you are always welcome to give feedback, ask questions, do your thing. It's Sunday afternoon. We're taking it nice and slow and just having some fun talking about art. Hey, Norm. Thank you for watching. So today, I'm going to kick it off with a song that I wrote last year, but my partner in life and sometimes in songwriting, John Weston, went and did an exercise called wrecking with it, which is where he took the song and kind of configured it, put different parts in different places and changed the whole feel and vibe of it. And I'm going to keep most of what he did to it. So for those of you who know my songs, I know Norm you do, and maybe a couple other folks watching, this is Super Millennial Burnout Kid, but as arranged by John Charles Weston. It's first time doing it like this, so just gonna have some fun with it. All right, fingers crossed. I broke myself today. I did it, I did it, I did it. At this rate, I'm gonna get away with it. Whiskey in my blood. I drink it, I drink it, I drink it. You can't tell me that I've had enough. You made me stay too long, made me afraid too long. Now you need me to be strong, but I'm super millennial burnout kid, swimming in your new millennium bullshit. I'm super millennial burnout kid, high functioning alcoholic. I broke myself today. I did it, I did it, I did it. By now, you're all just used to it. I've got bright screens for eyeballs. I click it, I click it, I click it. You can't tell me when I've had enough. You hold me back too long, picked up your slack too long. I've played along too long, but I'm super millennial burnout kid, swimming in your new millennium bullshit. I'm super millennial burnout kid, high functioning drug addict. It's all my fault, I know. I should have more self-control. But after 2 recessions, a pandemic, mass shootings, 9/11, student debt, I have to ask whose fault is it? Whose fault is it? Now I'm super millennial burnout kid, swimming through your new millennium bullshit. Super millennial burnout kid, high functioning drug addict. I'm super millennial burnout kid. 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 Anyway, so that's the John Charles Weston arrangement of my song, Super Millennial Burnout Kid. For those of you who have heard it before, let me know what you think. Do you like the punk-ish version better. I do, personally. I feel like it captures the spirit of the text a little bit better. But let me know. Let me know your thoughts. I want your thoughts. I want them on the screen for everybody to see also. Hey, Liz, thank you for watching. Thanks for popping on. Liz Full is also an awesome songwriter based in LA, and had her on the show a few weeks ago. So go check out her music as well. Yeah, I love seeing my creative friends come on here and say hello, and you know, we should just all connect and be creative friends together. That's my only wish. I feel like, yeah, that's what I'm on the planet for. I just want everyone to know each other. All right. And today we have Meagan Hickman coming on in just 9 minutes now. 9 cool minutes. You'll get to hear some of her new music. And she has a new single coming out on Friday. It's called Still Here. If we're lucky, we might hear it today. So please stick around a few more minutes till we can get her up here to talk about her music, her art, her career, all that stuff as well. Today I'm going to share a new song. So bear with me here. I must use lyrics. It's not entirely new. I wrote the lyrics in February. So, like, yeah, fairly new. And again, John wrote the music for this one. I didn't want to write it by myself. I wrote it for a very dear friend of mine who passed away this year. And, yeah, so I'll just share it. John's going to we did a video of it. He's going to release that today as well, and he's going to talk about it tomorrow on his show. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central, he's going to talk about this collaboration called Arrived. So I wrote the lyrics, John wrote the music, and I did my first gig last night in like 6 months. So let's see what happens with my voice. Just bear with me here. Yes, it's going to be fine. It's going to be awesome, in fact. So this is called Arrived. I wrote it for my friend Martez. Quiet as a church choir, snow falls gently. Music notes dancing in the winter wind. My piano lessons canceled, so who's gonna catch me when I find out how much trouble I am in? I throw the coffee in the garbage, see the side eye in the mirror as I pour another drink. Shoot it back and stick my tongue out. I'm walking to the red door, slamming hard and try to think. When I emerge, you are not on the other side. I'm looking for the footprints leading somewhere. There must be a sign. Daylight folds to darkness. Wherever you are headed, I hope you have arrived. I hope you have arrived. I fumble for my keys, frigid hands shaking, trying to make some sense of it and downplay. The lock must be broken, so I'm back to the bus stop. I just need somewhere to stay. I throw the coffee in the garbage, catch the side eye in the mirror as I pour another drink. Shoot it back and stick my tongue out. I'm walking to the red door, slamming hard and try to think. When I emerge, you are not on the other side. I'm looking for the footprints leading somewhere. There must be a sign. Daylight folds to darkness. Wherever you are headed, I hope you have arrived. I hope you have arrived. Hope you have arrived. I hope you have arrived. I hope you have arrived. I hope you have arrived. Hope you have arrived. So that's a new one called Arrived. Arrived. Music by John Charles Weston, lyrics by me. I cannot take credit for the music on that one. So, new song, fun stuff. Um, okay, you guys, one more song from me, and then we're going to get Meagan up here. I know a lot of you are very excited to see her and hear her music and hear her speak. So I'm going to get through this next tune very quickly. But for those of you who don't know Meagan, she's a Chicago-based singer-songwriter. She's lovely. She's so talented and smart. You're going to love this. So, again, if you're new to Songwriter Sunday, feel free to ask questions, give feedback, kind of as involved as you please with this type of thing too. Hello, Audrey. Thank you for watching. Audrey's another awesome songwriter. My gosh, we've got Norma, composer. We got Liz, songwriter. Audrey, songwriter. So many awesome songwriters here today. Yeah, so let's get the chat going. You know, let's have some questions and some comments when we get Meagan up here in just a couple minutes. So I'm gonna wrap up with my my favorite song I wrote when I was, you know, a kiddo. Just I don't know why. I feel like I haven't played it in a while. I wrote this for a musical I wrote back in high school, and this is the song the character sings when she's coming out as a lesbian, and her family is displeased, and so this is the song that she sings through a door to them. So this will be my last tune. Then we got Meagan up here. It's going to be an awesome Sunday afternoon. Thank you so much for being here, y'all. My dirty eyes are wandering as my dirty hands write down a selfish song for me to sing. I wanna let you in, cause everyone is hiding sin like a skeleton in the back of their minds, yeah. I am fighting the disease and I'm letting it get the best of me. Just for today I am growing bolder. Today I am having you over, telling you all the things I couldn't say before, and now I'll sing. Now you're here with me. Can I convince you to try the other side? My dirty mouth is talking shit, breathing out deadly poison, taking in sweet oxygen. I am messing with your picture perfect plans, laughing cause I know I'm so much better than your man. And I am fighting the disease, and I am letting it get the best of me. Just for today I am growing bolder. Today I am having you over, telling you all the things I couldn't say before, and now I'll sing. Now you're here with me. Can I convince you to try the other side? Maybe you should stay away from me, or you might catch what I'm fighting. God forbid you be rejected by society like me. Today I am growing bolder. Today I am having you over, telling you all the things I couldn't say before, and now I'll sing. Now you're here with me. Can I convince you to try the other side? All right. The disease courtesy of 15, 16-year-old Cassandra. But now is the best part of the show, which is when I bring my guest on. And in order to do that, we must, as always, do the awkward shuffle and the Skype dance. Join me. Someday I'll do this show and I'll have a big fancy crew who will do all these things for me. I believe it. All right, y'all get ready. I'm calling Meagan Hickman right now. I'm so glad there's so many lovely songwriters here today. Ooh, camera fail. Oop, not a camera
Ooh,
fail.
are we there?
I hear you.
You can hear me. Okay, she can hear me. Oh, but we've got David, we've got like a weird.
Now I can see you.
You can see me?
Yes.
Oh, yay, we're back. Okay. Only minor technical difficulties.
Only minor technical difficulties every week. Like I said, someday I'll have a big fancy studio,
Hey, I hear you.
and other people will do this for us.
All right, I'm lucky. I have Dave Brandwine here being my tech. Um,
Shout out.
I'll let you know. Yeah, that was wonderful, Cassandra. I loved the songs. That was great.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for making the time to do this here today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Seriously, this was so fun, and I love that you've had some. I know we got in touch through friends, but I'm so glad that Liz is here, and I know Zoe got in touch for this, so that was awesome.
Yes, so many
And
awesome
Audrey.
folks. Yes, yes. Oh, it's so great to see everybody all together, kind of in this virtual way.
Yes, for sure, for sure.
How is your Sunday afternoon going?
It's been good. It's been good. I actually I drove up on Friday, so I've been living in Nashville for about the last like 2 years, but like not full time because I'm in Chicago so much. And back in the day, like gigging, first 2019 and 2020, I was gigging so much back and forth, so I felt like I was living in two places. But ironically, yeah, I came up on Friday, so I got to hang out with my sis and my brother-in-law yesterday. So that was nice. See some family now. They're all vaccinated. Just kind of chilling. It feels weird, but it was cool. So I feel like just taking it easy this morning.
Yes, I hear you. I had my first gig in a very long time last night, so I'm like vocal fry and what's happening.
Oh God, it's so hard, right?
Yeah.
I know. I know when we sound checked, I was like, oh, does it work still? I don't know.
Yes, I have this problem also. So for the people who don't know you super well, go ahead and say a little bit about yourself and your career and what you do.
Wonderful. Well, hey guys, I'm Meagan Hickman, spelled like Reagan with an M. Yes, I'm originally from Chicago and love Chicago. And I'm like a pop, soul, rock singer-songwriter. Sometimes a little more soul R&B, like kind of testing the waters every song I write. Always trying to find that sweet spot. But yeah, I've been doing music, writing music since I was in high school, but really once I got to college, I dove in and started doing more production and trying to just write and do my original career stuff. So yeah, that brought me back to Chicago. I was on the East Coast for about 5 years. I was out in Boston, and then I came back to Chicago and was there for about 8 years. And like I said, I just moved down to Nashville about like almost 2 years ago, and been diving into that scene to meet more artists and writers and producers and sometimes LA. I'm just everywhere, at least pre-COVID. Pre-COVID.
And soon again, too, I'm sure.
Yes, that is the hope. That is the hope. So, but yeah, I'm really excited. I've got new music coming out this year. A lot more music coming out this year that I'm really excited about. Singles, maybe an EP, definitely some music videos, and lots of good stuff. So if you like what you hear, please do give me a follow because that would be amazing.
Yes, and we're gonna circle back to that like so hard at the end. We're gonna push.
Okay.
Gonna push.
Amazing.
So let's go ahead and kick it off with one of your songs. What do you want to start with today?
Perfect. My first song I'm going to do is something it's called Back to You. I released it last October. And it was a song I wrote pre-pandemic. And it was kind of about writer's block and like coming back. I was actually more frustrated, if I'm being completely honest, about social media and stats and all the stuff that we've had to unfortunately bear for another year in isolation. Comparing all of ourselves and all that through the lens of the computer / cell phone. And I just got so frustrated. So I was like, how can I get back to myself? So I wrote this song about just kind of like ripping away all the crap and coming back to your true self. And so it's called Back to You.
Wonderful.
Yeah. All right. And let me know if the levels are okay. Yay, nay.
I have no keys.
What'd you say?
I have no keys.
You have no keys. Okay. No keys. That's not good. We're going to figure that out.
Yeah, we are.
All right. Everybody just hold tight for like 2 seconds.
I'll pop back on the screen and we'll tell stories.
Sorry about that. Not sure what's up.
Don't be. This is technology. This is life now.
This
is how.
Okay. I'm just going to keep playing while he kind of adjusts some things.
Go for it. Go for it. No, it's been fun to do these virtual shows, but I feel like every 4 or 5 shows, some cable gets wrangled loose, and
Yeah, it's showing signal on our end, so I'm trying to figure out. Can you hear?
your voice is perfect.
Okay, the voice is perfect. Keys, nothing still?
Mm-mm.
Nothing still, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Showing on our end, so we're troubleshooting, guys. Hang in. Gotta love technology, especially when it decides to be a butthead.
And it was perfect this morning, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Audrey says she can hear them. They're just very quiet. So
Okay, Audrey said she can hear them just very quiet.
I can't hear.
Sorry, I'm relaying to David since I have my in-ears in.
Oh.
I have these things in, and it kind of sucks everything.
Well, who knows? My gig last night, my monitor was like right here, so.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Probably lost a few.
Can you hear anything now? Is it better? Is it better?
Better? Yes. Yep.
It's better. Yes. So just keep turning it up a little bit.
It,
Let me know when it's like real good.
Turn it up to 11.
Yay, nay.
Little more.
Little more.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's good. Yeah.
Maybe even a little more.
Hair more, David. 2 more.
That's good. That's great.
Yes.
Yes.
Are we good?
Super good.
We're good. Sorry, I couldn't hear you because I was playing over you.
No, you're
Say it
fine.
Again?
No, you sound great. And
You sound better now?
Everybody's
Okay.
here and they love you so much, so don't worry about it.
Oh, love you guys. Thank you. Sorry about this. But thank you for being our test 1, 2, 3 friends.
Yes.
What? I'll be okay. Yeah, I'm good. We were trying to figure out like how to not have my keys so hot in my ears, so it makes sense that something got fudged. But we're good. All right, this is Back to You, and this, like I said, the song I released last October. Super excited about it. I've got a super silly dancey video where I get down on in the outdoors. So yeah, I'll talk about it. Is playing on repeat. I wake up, change and brush my teeth. Who cares? Who cares? I try to shift the ways I lead and sing, but hardly find the words to speak. Too scared to dare. Hey, oh, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, oh, hey, oh. They say that I gotta formulate the way that we communicate, but I'm lost. I'm feeling miles away. I'm taking every opportunity to see a new face of positivity, but who's out there? What's real? Who's walking down the same old streets? It's you. It's you. Always trying to find the light that once burned bright inside of you, but it's still you. Oh, back to you, back to you, back to you. I'll find my way back to you. Yeah, back to you, back to you, back to you. I'll find my way back to you. Perfection isn't what it's claimed to be. It sucks away your energy. Illusions through computer screens, ignoring all the living things. But heart to heart and hands to hold is what we've got to save our souls. So I'm choosing hope, making peace, yeah. Who's walking down the same old streets? It's you. It's you. Oh, always trying to find the light that once burned bright inside of you, but it's still you. Oh, back to you, back to you, back to you. I'll find my way back to you. Yeah, back to you, back to you, back to you. I'll find my way back to you. Back to you, back to you, back to you. I'll find my way out. Back to you, back to you, back to you. I'll find my way back to you. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Ooh, find my way back to you. big gospel choir. Found my way back to. So that's the part you can sing. Found my way back to. Harmonize if you want to. Found my way back to you. Found my way back. Oh, yeah, I will find my way. Yeah, I will find my way. Oh, I will find my way. Gonna find my way back to my way back to. I'm gonna find my way to you. Find my way back to you. Find my way back to you.
Amazing.
Thank you. I'm glad. Hopefully levels are okay, you guys. Please keep telling me.
I felt good, but yeah, the
Awesome.
the
Good.
folks
I
watching.
will not touch anything.
Yeah, no, we're all friends here. So that's a
Yeah.
beautiful song and a really cool
Thank
video.
you. Thanks. I'm so glad you liked it. Yeah.
Mm,
It's just to pump you up, you know? If you're not feeling great, you can always get back to yourself. It's kind of the vibe.
I love that too, because it's like when I found out Sarah Bareilles' love song was like about her career
Yes.
instead of a person. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it hits so much more mean. You're just like, screw the man.
Yes. Either
Yes.
way. Yeah. Either way you
Yeah.
want to take it. Um, but no, gorgeous song. You have a beautiful voice. You have a wonderful
Thank
sensibility with
you.
lyrics.
Thank you.
Who are you listening to with like a lot of enthusiasm these days?
I mean, well, you brought up my goddess, which is of course Sarah. She's just Sarah Bareilles she's my oracle. She has been since I was in college. I think that's honestly what like once I heard her first record, Little Voice, I just think my world opened up and I was just like, oh my God, like the imagery and the everything, just it blew my mind. So she's been a huge inspiration, since probably 2007, 2006, dating myself. But yeah, in terms of who I'm listening to right now, oh, that is so tough. These are the things I should have thought about before this. I mean, I love all different styles, so that's I think the thing. I'm a constant melting pot in terms of what I'm listening to. I've kind of been on. I always try and stay like hip to what's current in terms of like pop music, whether you're like writing for sync or whatnot, like always thinking about like what's fresh. And I honestly can't get rid of like Nick Jonas's new record is so good. Like this sounds like it just production wise, and I know you like production, you do stuff like it's just so solid. So I've really been like jamming to that. But in terms of like female artists that I love, like I grew up on Bonnie Raitt. And Etta James and the staples, Stevie Wonder and all those amazing people. And then yeah, I love like UK artists too. I love like R&B soul UK artists, like name it. Sam Henshaw's great. I love live horns. I love, I kind of like run the gamut. I want to like, but let me think of like what's current. Oh, I love Maggie Rogers. She's like been my current the last couple of years. And she just came out with like more of an acoustic record. But yeah, the list goes on. Alan Stone. He's a fun, funky artist that I love, based out of Seattle. But keeps going.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then let's take a couple minutes here, if you don't mind, talking about your experience in Nashville,
For sure.
kind of the professional angle of songwriting for you.
Yeah, it's intense, right? Like it's the city. That's what we do there. So it's cool. I mean, I went down there in 2019, I think May of 2019, and I just dove into like the pop scene there. There's like a pop is actually a thing down there, which people don't realize. Not country, but the pop scene, and because it's like continuing to blow up down there and emerge, like there's just people every day moving there. So I feel like you just constantly, no matter what show you would go to, you'd meet people or whatever networking event, or so-and-so's house party or whatever, it's great. And I would just start co-writing. So, my goal that first year was to just find a lot of partners to co-write with, sometimes there's 2, sometimes there's 3, sometimes there's 4. And the setup is usually you have a producer. If you're lucky enough to like have a producer in the room, he or she is doing all the tracking while you're, co-writing. Sometimes I do it too, like if I'm doing a rough demo. So it really made me dive into like despite having technical difficulties today, because I'm not usually on Skype, but so it's kind of dove me back into Pro Tools and, the different recording stuff to record my own demos. And So it's been good. It's been a good learning curve, and I've met a lot of creative people down there. I have a single coming out this year that I co-wrote with two friends down there. So yeah, it's been really neat to I still miss Chicago so much, which is why I'm up here a lot, like minus the COVID time period, but was back and forth so much because I love the community up here too. But there's something about Nashville where it's like it's happening and hits are coming out and it's really cool. It's been a really good experience so far, and I just feel like I literally only got my feet wet because like not even a year later COVID hit, in March. So I was gone for the holidays, so I got back and I was like, okay, like how do we continue this momentum? Nope, gotta pause. So I feel like I'm just starting to get into the momentum, and now fully vaccinated, we'll see how it goes. But I've been kind of hermit, just doing my thing, trying to write on my own and stay productive. I know we all have. So
Yeah, absolutely. And gosh, I have like 1,000 questions, but I know you have a bunch of songs you want to get through.
oh
So
no, go for it. Hey, I love to talk. I mean,
I do too.
so tell me to shut up.
I'm chatty. And then for those of you watching, feel free if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them in the chat, and
Yeah, I've got my phone so I can actually see them.
Good. So in terms of like co-writing as a process, because we've only touched on, so I've been doing this for 6 months, so we've only touched on that a couple of times.
Yeah.
And I struggle with it personally. So how do you co-write with others? Kind of what's your process there, and what's the benefit for you?
For sure. Yeah. So there are pros and cons for sure. And I'm still learning myself. I think the key to co-writing in the most beautiful sense and pure way is you have to trust the people you're co-writing with. Now, down in Nashville, it's almost like the way that I was approaching it was like a coffee date. You're like, let's write a song. So that's not always the most productive because you don't even know if you're going to gel well with that person. So typically people will have a coffee date, see how they vibe, see what their styles are like. Obviously, you've probably seen them perform, and that's how you know. And then you go into a writing situation. But you really have to have that trust. You have to have that bond, or you have to be open enough to even if it is a stranger, you have to be open and willing to share, obviously, your soul. The biggest thing I would say too is in addition to that, is making sure I'm always trying to come to the table with some ideas, right? Like you don't know if you're going to use your idea, you're going to use the other person's idea, but it's good to come with like just kind of a toolbox, we'll say, of things when you're co-writing. I have learned that only bring so many things that are precious to you because like as writers we hold on to our music so tightly. I know I do, and I learned the hard way. Like one time I brought an idea and it was so dear to me because I was like a baby when it came to co-writing. Like I've only done it like 3-4 times with like super good friends, so you're like, oh, we'll work that out. But and then after the write, I was like, it didn't go badly, but I was like, oh, I didn't want the song to go in that direction, So like that happens, and then you can still talk to that person and see how to navigate the after effects. So I would say just always bring stuff where you're excited about it and you're stuck on it. Like you're excited about an idea, but you're like 50% committed to it, if that makes sense. Like it's not like your baby at 100%. So that's the biggest thing I can say, is like, so that you feel confident still, but you're still excited about an idea. That's the thing that I've learned. But then also what's really cool is if you're writing I'm just diving more into like sync writing and like writing for film or TV, which I know, like, I'm sure Liz Fole like told you all about, because like I know she's in LA doing that. But like when you're writing for a goal, that's really cool too, because then there's like no strings attached. Everyone's just like has this idea in mind for like, okay, so we need to write for like this commercial with, this baby finally got the food they were trying to make them eat, like, whatever it is. Like it sounds silly, but then it's just, so that's kind of fun because like it's no strings attached. So my point is like there's different levels of co-writing, right? Are you writing for an artist? That's a big thing in Nashville. Like there's only songwriters there, right? Like you're an artist and a songwriter. When you're in Nashville, you have to tell people like, okay, are you just an artist? Are you just a writer? Are you both? Like people want to know that the second they meet you. So it's a weird kind of like business card right out loud. Like I'm an artist, writer, and producer, blah, blah, blah. Like you have to kind of say it all. It's really strange because I feel like most cities, you don't have to define that. You're just like, yeah, I'm an artist, I write, I got this. So that adds to it too, like having those different layers. People will write with certain people because they're just an artist or just a songwriter, because if you're pitching for, let's say, Carrie Underwood or something, like, you want the right people in the room for that. So knowing what the pitch is, so that makes sense. I think I derailed from your original question. I apologize.
Don't care at all. That was super like insightful and helpful. And for anybody watching who has questions for Meagan,
Please.
And Liz too. Again, great resources here to talk about that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that.
of course.
It's interesting. Yeah, that's the one thing about Chicago that does bum me out, because like I've been able to make a wonderful career here as a cover
Yeah.
artist. Like every city has its thing. Like New
It's
York.
got its thing. Chicago's a jobbing city, you know? It's like still has that craft of songwriting, but it's very individualized, right? Like there's not I haven't found a space where it's like it's a scene happening, right?
Mhm.
Like that's the thing I think that was, which is why I moved to Nashville, honestly. It's like if I could take Chicago with me and everyone with it, I would have done that. But yeah, I needed that. I needed that kind of feeling in the city. I needed that collaboration, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you for that. And again, we'll take questions if you guys got them. But
Yeah.
otherwise, I think I'm ready for another song if you are.
Amazing. Cool. Yes, I'm gonna stop yapping.
No,
All
no,
right.
no. You're perfect. You're
All right. I'm gonna
perfect.
do a song that I released, I think about 2 years ago, and it still has a special place in my heart. And I tend to write music to uplift one's spirits, because usually most of us, we go through ebb and flows, right? We're human. But as artists, I think it's once again it's really hard self-esteem wise to always stay on the upside. So whether you're going through a hard time or whatever, I tend to write from that hard time and twist it to a positive experience, if that makes sense, or tell people that they're not alone in so many ways. That's what I hope my music does. So this is called Unique, and I'll talk about like the cool music video that we filmed for it, which has another super cool meaning to it. But yeah, this is called Unique. I'm not going to tell you kind of what it's about. You're going to enjoy it for yourselves, and yeah, I hope you enjoy. Stand tall, be proud. Cast away your world of doubt. Face fears head on. Don't lose strength, 'cause I see you now. Be that spark, take that bow. You know you've worked hard to hear that crowd. Why you back down now? Just because you find you're scared. Everybody fights those demons. Everyone is unprepared. Well, I wanna be that something unique. I wanna be that someone they always seem to keep. I wanna stand my ground but not back down, oh so easily. I wanna be that thing unique. See you. See you. See you now. See you now. What in my lyrics? Oh, I'm getting some feedback. Let me make sure this is on. Can you hear me okay? I'm so sorry. I was getting some feedback all of a sudden. Be that spark. I think it's the same verse. Take that bow. Why lose hope? Fear that crown. Why you back down now? Just because you find you're scared. Everybody fights those demons. Everyone is unprepared. And I wanna be that something unique. I wanna be see you now, see you now. I see you. Still see you now, yeah. I see you now, I do. Stand tall, be proud. You know you've worked hard to hear that crowd.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh man, I have big feels after hearing that
Oh,
one.
yay, 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 yay. Thank you.
Yes. Norm says really nice song. So
Thank you. Thank you so much.
yes.
Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for having me again. Seriously, Cassandra. It means so much. Like I literally I've done one live stream this year, like with another friend, and so it's just like, oh wow, this is what performing feels like again.
Except you can't hear anything.
Except you can't hear anything.
I know. Last night, again, first gig back, some lady was like clapping really early in the night before a bunch of people came in, and I was like, "Thank you."
That's what it feels like.
I
Okay.
just want one. Like, I'm good.
Exactly. You're like, I'm not just singing to myself in my closet anymore.
Well, I still do that, but it's under different
Right?
circumstances.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's tame.
Beautiful song. I love the wordplay
Amazing.
there. Um,
Thank you.
I ask a lot of people this question, but I want to ask you specifically because of this song.
Yeah, please.
Wh- do you have like a process in terms of music then lyrics, or lyrics then music, or kind of?
Yeah, yeah, good question. Oh man, I think, and I'm sure you get the whole gamut, but it really depends. It really depends. So, I started like a long time ago. Like I was more of, I feel like in the beginning, like I said, beginning, even when we're like kids, right? You're journaling as a kid, right? Or you're like, you've got your journals, or so I feel like I started as a lyricist, like in the beginning, like I was very lyrical driven. Like it had to be the lyrics first before any kind of musical component. And then that switched in college because my brain, like, I loved songs that had a groove or had a beat or had a whatever it was. So now I feel like, you know what? I don't want to date myself, but 15 years later, whatever it is, like I've definitely molded them together. So it's like I typically go to the piano, and that's my first because that's my, besides voice, that's my secondary instrument. And I just start noodling. And if there's a cool progression, it'll spur whatever mood in my brain. And I'm sure, you've probably felt this way before too. And so I feel like I'm like 60% musical, like music, like 60 or 70% music come like just the vibe. We'll call it a vibe. The vibe comes first, and which obviously molds then to once the lyrical content is there. And every so often the beauty happens where it happens simultaneously. And I think the more that I write or I put myself in that writing environment, it does happen simultaneously. But what doesn't stick is like it's not the final lyric, right? Or it's like not the final, like I tend to noodle, right? Like I do a lot of noodling. So you'll have like a verse melody, but it's not necessarily the lyrical content that you're gonna have. So I feel like I'm more of a noodler these days and a viber, and then the rest happens.
I'm down for the noodling and the vibing.
Yeah.
Definitely. Awesome.
For sure.
Yeah, let's do
Sure.
another song. I know you
Wonderful.
have a ton,
Awesome.
so
Yeah. No, I don't want to rush it. Do you want to hear like, so I've got like two unreleased ones that are not recorded yet, but I may record them this year, which would be awesome. Is my goal. So yeah, I'm gonna play one. I loved your first one that you played. It was kind of like a what the hell's going on kind of feeling. Like, right? Was it the song you wrote in quarantine with everything going on?
yeah, I actually wrote it as a ballad,
Okay.
and then John took it and he turned it into a punk song.
Yes.
Which,
Amazing.
yeah, so that's gonna be actually the title track of. It'll be an EP or album of mine coming out this fall. But
Awesome. So great.
yeah, think
I loved it though. So I think I'm going to feed off of that. This song is called Forward Motion. It hasn't, like, it's still in its baby stage, and deciding how I want to, record it, instrumentation and what. But it's there. It's still a work in progress. But I co-wrote this with a friend in Nashville, Tony Chetta, and he's a really great keyboardist. So he kind of created the outro that happens. I got stuck after the verse, chorus, and he was like, "What about this outro?" So it's kind of fun. So who knows where it goes. All right, here we go. Sorry. Every day I wake up, trying to find what I should do. Searching for the words, but I haven't got a clue. What's the weather today? Hoping skies will be gray. Hoping I can feel less. Oh, I'm so sorry. I gotta restart this. My vibe is off. Let me redo. This is what happened, guys. I haven't played this in a minute. Okay, I'm gonna redo this. Sorry, so sorry. I had a totally different groove in my head. Every day I wake up, trying to find what I should do. Searching for the words, but I haven't got a clue. What's the weather today? Hoping skies will be gray, so I can feel less bad when I wanna be sad. Making every excuse while I'm trying to prove simple ways to make it through this pain. Forward motion is what we're fighting for. Oh, forward motion is what we're fighting for. Losing track of my thoughts as the sunlight burns my skin. Breathing heavily, trying to find some peace within. Finding ways to replace how we used to embrace. Seeking sanity for humanity. Take me back to before. Show up right at your door. Tell you all the ways you mean to me. Forward motion is what we're fighting for. 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 Got a feeling for forward motion, forward motion, forward motion, forward, 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 yeah, we'll see where that outro goes. I don't know.
Oh, I'm a big fan of the outro. Both in
Good,
terms
dig
of,
it. Yeah. It just gave me that you want that vibe. So.
No, in terms of the cool chords and the awesome melody that you crafted as well.
Thank you. I'm pumped. We just definitely got to record it.
Yes, definitely. I love to show stuff. I've been doing this for 6 months. I show stuff that I'm like working on all the time because it's like, let's talk about how we put it together. Whatever.
Amazing. Exactly. Now you guys know the process. You know how it goes.
I'm like very strong. I feel very strongly about like the image of the artist as like perfect at all times versus
Right.
like how the actual work gets done.
Oh man.
So like,
Yeah.
Let's just talk about what we're working on. It's fine.
Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah. It's the process, man. It is so much work, and I know you know that. Like, people just don't. I think a lot of people, like even like my parents, like it's so funny. It's like they've known me my whole life, and I feel like every time I'm talking about the process of a release or like what goes into a song, or even just like copywriting your songs and doing things like on the business side that like, or signing it up in your PRO and making sure everyone has the right credits and all this different stuff. You're just like, it's like this tiny little micro portion, but you're like, oh, I have to do that today. Okay, then I have to, like, there's so much that goes into music that I think has been put on us, thankfully, because technology is here today, and like we all have the ability to have a home studio. That's awesome, but it also makes it that much harder to get stuff off the ground and continue to have that creative energy. So I think that's what I struggle with is like, okay, this song is great, but like technically I think that like the session we had was like this time last year, if I'm being honest, but I haven't played it out loud. I haven't touched this as clearly from the vibe, mess up at the beginning. I don't think I played this song in 6 months, and then deciding like I feel like we all have those songs. We're like, oh, I love these. I'm gonna put them in this pile. But then I don't know, 6 months to whatever goes by, and you have to choose a certain amount of songs to record, right? Whether it's going on your album or whatnot. But then you're like, well, I still like these guys, and I want them to like come out one day. So I feel like for me, I don't know. I want to hear your experience with like, how do you juggle that with like, okay, I love these songs, but which one do you focus on? Like as an artist, you're like, well, I love them all. How do I decide what I'm going to bring to the finish line? Let's call it, right?
Yeah. Was that a hypothetical or a question?
That was like a question. Yeah, like you've got your record coming out, like, or you're working on those songs. It's like, I'm sure, yeah, have you gone through that where you're just like songs half written, you're like, I love this, but how much do I focus on this one? Like, I feel like that's my struggle is like, I have so many seed babies or whatever, like all these little song seeds where I'm like, I like them, but that energy even to getting that song to the finish line, let alone recording it and then putting it out and all the crap that goes with it.
I hate the crap. I hate recording. I finally outsourced to a small indie record label to handle my distribution and everything.
Oh, awesome. Good for you. That's huge. Congrats.
Odd Pop Records out of Michigan. I just can't handle it. And actually this either it'll be an EP or an album, depending on what I get, done.
Yeah.
I decided that it's like a theme thing. So I've written like tons of songs, but I'm specifically doing super angsty, like punk songs that like my teenage self would really enjoy. So that's my vetting process for this one, where I'm like, would 15-year-old me
approve?
Put the CD like in her Walkman and be pissed off? Like,
oh, that just melts my heart. You just said Walkman. Come on, guys. There's got to be people here that know that.
I think most people watching probably, hopefully, but
hopefully. Yeah, amazing.
For
that's cool. That's really cool to have that kind of like structure process to weed it down. That's awesome.
And everything else is just sitting in a spreadsheet. Like, I'll do that sometime.
I hear you. Oh God, all the spreadsheets. Or like for me, like I have like 3 notebooks at my feet right now. Like I don't know how your writing process, but I can be digital. Like I finally transferred some lyrics here so I don't mess up. But like I still have all these like notebooks. I'm still a notebook crazy lady. Like just yeah.
Nope.
So
analog for life. Seriously.
Analog for life. Yes. I still have my Walkman. Yay, Audrey.
And you should.
You should. You should. Mine's in a box somewhere for sure.
I think John recently bought like a bunch of tapes, blank tapes, and a tape recorder. Like he's even.
There you go. That's okay. So before so I knew how to I learned Pro Tools I want to say in I learned Pro Tools early on, but then my computer got too old to run Pro Tools, as we all experience. So I had to resort to and I didn't have an iPhone yet. This is just a silly side note. And I still had the BlackBerry. This is going back 10 years probably. I had the BlackBerry in college, and then I still had it for about a year or two longer than I should have when everyone got the iPhones, right? And so I had no way of recording a voice memo except for the way that I had it in college, which is legit. I don't even know if you can still get them at Best Buy or not, but the handheld tape recorder. I have 2 huge boxes somewhere in a basement with a bunch of cassette tapes, because that was how I did it. Literally that. So and it would just fit in my purse, sing into it, and then walk down the street. So it did happen. It did happen.
You have a gold mine of tapes to go to when you're stuck on something.
Exactly. Most of it's pretty terrifying, but yes. I do.
We don't need to know. It's perfect. It's all perfect.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. At this point, I really want to know, how can people support you, support your art, support your music? Where can they follow you? Where can they buy your music? All that stuff. Please tell us.
Thank you. That's amazing. I appreciate it. Because that's the stuff that I forget. So you can support me at honestly any of the places that you consume music. I can also send you CDs physically, of course, even though because live shows aren't happening. So you can always get in touch with me if you want to purchase something directly. You can buy it on my website, meaganhickman.com. I have a store on there. But also, streaming is the new purchasing, I guess. So you can find my music just by searching my name, Meagan Hickman, spelled like Reagan, Meagan, Hickman. And you can find me on Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, Deezer, all that good stuff. Yes, it's on the thing. Thank you, Cassandra. And also, I have a new song coming out. So what you can do is, I think Cassandra's going to put the link up, and you can click on it to pre-save or pre-order in iTunes. I think it's 99 cents in iTunes as well, 99 cents or something. But you can pre-purchase it so that it's in your library on Friday. I have a new song coming out on Friday called Still Here. And that's the best way you can support right now. And also, of course, sharing my music with other people. That's huge. So if you like it, do that little swipe up thingy that happens when you're listening to Spotify or iTunes and forward it to text it to a friend, email it to a friend. Anyone listening is more micro pennies in our pocket. So we appreciate it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, let's wrap up with one more song if you got one.
Amazing. Got it. Yes, we're going to do Still Here. Again, this is coming out real soon. What, like 5 days, 6 days from now? Friday at technically Friday at 12 a.m. So, or Thursday night, right? Friday, 12 a.m. Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to wing it.
Right, whatever that Friday is, it's there. Okay, it's called Still Here. And this is for anyone going through a rough time. That's kind of how I wrote it. It might have taken a little time to see. It might have taken a little time to grieve. It might have taken some time there in between. It might have taken a little time to breathe, but I'm still here. Hey you, hey you, hey you, I'm still here. Hey you, hey you, hey you, I'm still here. Hey you, I'm still here. Hey you, hey you, hey you. Some days I'd wake up and never step outside. Some days it felt like this never-ending tide. Some days it felt like, could I even survive the devastation of this crazy, messed up mind? I'm still here. Hey you, hey you, hey you, I'm still here. Hey you, hey you, hey you, I'm still here. Hey you, I'm still here. Hey you, hey you, hey you. I'm still here. I'm still here. Hey you, 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 hey you. I'm still here. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for having me, Cassandra.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking the time to be here to share your music with everybody. It's beautiful. It's wonderful.
This was so fun.
It's thoughtful. It's super, super, like, I don't know. It's going to be in my head all day.
Yay! Yay. Well, thank you. I both apologize and I'm happy.
There you go. Awesome. So thank you so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day. We'll talk soon.
You too. Thanks, guys, for watching. Have a great day.
Bye, Megan.
Bye.
All right, my friends. So that was Meagan Hickman. Go follow her stuff. There's her Insta. Her DistroKid link is in the chat a couple of times. Those are such cool songs, such wonderful songs. I hope you can follow her career, her art, Spotify, Bandcamp, all that stuff. Yeah, definitely. And so I am both pleased and sad to say that I'm taking the month of May off of Songwriter Sunday because I'm starting to gig again. And I just want to find the balance. But Songwriter Sunday will be back in June. So enjoy the month off for your Sunday afternoons, but we'll be back with a bunch more awesome songwriters in June. So again, follow Meagan, support her. She's lovely. Follow all of these songwriters. I'll be resharing the videos and the interviews that we've done together. And in the meantime, as usual, stay well, stay safe, stay kind, and I'll see y'all in June. All right, guys, take care.